wakati Bob Njagi alitoweka, tulikuwa tumefanya mkutano naye Taj Tower kwa ofisi ya Ukia Omtata. Kwa hiyo mkutano wake wa mwisho katika harakati za kuendesha Kenya mbele tulikuwa pamoja naye, na hapa nina Oyo, Secretary General wa movement ya Free Kenya ambayo Bob Njagi alikuwa anaongoza. Leo tunasema kwamba tuna furaha kuwa mahakama ya Kenya imeonyesha ujasiri kutetea katiba yetu na sheria za Kenya. Tunaamkia uamuzi ambao umefanywa kwamba kaimu Generali Inspector wa polisi Gilbert Masengeli ajisalimishe gerezani ndani ya siku 7. Tunaamini kwamba yeye kama Mkenya yote mwingine atasalimu hii amri, tofauti na ambavyo amekaidi amri 7 ambazo mahakama ilitoa. Ili liwe ni funzo kwa maafisa wengine wa serikali kuwa Kenya ni jamhuri, na jamhuri inaongozwa na sheria na katiba. Tunajua kwamba wapo wengine kama Matiang'i ambaye alipata uamuzi kama huu dhidi yake. Amekuwepo pia yule mkubwa wa DCI Kinoti ambaye mpaka sasa bado hajachukuliwa hatua. Tunakumbuka pia Boynet alikuwa na amri kama hii ambayo ilitolewa. Rais wetu amekuwa kila siku anaapa ambavyo taifa la Kenya ni taifa linaloongozwa na sheria.
Justice for 3 individuals who are Kenyan citizens who were abducted by police officers. Today marks the last day for the sentencing of the Inspector General of Police for 6 months for failing for 7 occasions to comply with court orders. We are happy that the court has sentenced him because that is what the law provides. The court has also instructed the Commissioner of Prisons to present himself to the Commissioner of Prisoners for purpose of serving the sentence after 7 days. He has a chance within the 7 days to proceed and redeem himself by doing the necessary and coming back to court and complying with those court orders. After the lapse of those 7 days, he will start serving his sentence. The CS Interior has also been directed to ensure that that order is complied with if he doesn't present himself within that period. It is a good day for the rule of law. We applaud the court for holding him in contempt. He was convicted last week. He has been sentenced today. It is a win for the rule of law, and as the Law Society of Kenya, we are proud that this case will set a precedent for all public officers who hold those offices on behalf of the Kenyan people, that they have a duty to comply with court orders. I invite the Vice President of the Law Society to make his remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media and Kenyan public, today marks a very special day in what we call the rule of law and good governance. It is against a very bizarre background of 3 missing Kenyans who were abducted and unlawfully detained by the police officer station at Kitengela police station, and later on through various clandestine hideouts. We are not very sure at this particular moment about the safety, about the well-being of the 3 Kenyans, Bob Njagi, Jamil and Aslam Longton. But today the court has given a new breath of life into our suit. We still are pursuing to get to the bottom of where the 3 Kenyans are, and we are still hopeful that we will find them alive. But of course we also have to be prepared with a mindset for an alternative. Today the court has directed with a very strong indication that it will not be business as usual. If Mr. Masengeli does not deliver himself to court within those 7 days, then the alternative is to deliver himself before the Commission of Prisons. And the prison that is nearest from here is industrial area prison. I do not think it will take him a long time to get there. But it also is an encouragement to those who pursue justice within the courts, and it emphasizes and strengthens the public trust within our courts. You will remember that we have been to court about 7 times, and in these 7 times the Inspector General has adamantly refused to come to court to explain the whereabouts of these Kenyans. The Inspector General, in fact the Acting Inspector General, may have a very skewed memory, because it is only 2 months ago that his predecessor left office amidst public outroar. And it is at this moment that you have to reflect that it is not a national police force, it is a service, and the service is to the people of Kenya. So that if you fail and you abdicate into that constitutional obligation, and I speak with a lot of authority right now that we will not stop here. This journey has just begun. Mr. Masengeli will be a lesson to public officers who continue to defile and abuse the offices that have been given to them by the Kenyan people. And the Kenyan people are saying they need a new system of governance, they need accountability, and they need openness in how we are dealing with those who have been entrusted with these responsibilities. The Law Society of Kenya is actively going to be engaged to ensure that we have a space where a democracy, where difference in thought, where differences in what we believe in are allowed to take center stage without having the necessary executive fiat of instilling fear, maiming, killing, or thereabouts. So we say to you, also the members of the media, please, you have a responsibility to report accurately, to report what is happening. The sensational reporting may not sometimes be what we are looking into, and we understand the lines that you operate with, and we thank you for your continued boldness in covering and reporting what the Law Society is doing and what even the courts are doing. So the other part of our strategy is for now an internal plan. We may not wish to divulge it right now, but we assure the Kenyan people that all those who are vested with public authority must, I'm tempted to say shall, but must obey the Constitution of Kenya and the laws that have put them there. So I end at that. We will be back on the Thursday before Justice Chachamuta, and from there we can take further directions. But as of now, we extremely strengthened our resolve is not shaken. We are going to move forward, and we are going to make Kenya work for everyone, not just those in authority, but all Kenyans. Thank you so much. Yes. The judge has foreseen the possibility of that not happening, and when the judge was extremely graceful to the application, because what we were seeking was an immediate arrest and imprisonment for defiling the record of the court in contempt. In the alternative, if he does not present himself to court in 7 days, 2 things will happen. He has been requested by the court, not even requested, directed by the court that he should present himself to the Commissioner of Prison Services. And I believe, in fact, I was wrong. The Commissioner is just right here. The prison offices are just right at the corner. But in the alternative that he also does not present himself, then the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Interior, who is also a member of the Law Society, have to insist, is directed to make steps to ensure that Mr. Masengeli is arrested and presented to a detention facility so that he can enjoy and cool his nerves in the 6 months that the court has directed. Yes. It also is a constitutional duty upon the Cabinet Secretary to obey court orders. It is not a discretion. It is a mandatory provision. Once you hold a public office, like the one you hold, you are subjected to the thorough diaphragm of the Constitution, and part of that and thorough diaphragm includes obedience of court orders. If he does not obey, in the unfortunate case that he does not obey, we also have mechanisms both internally and externally to address his adamancy in not obeying the court orders. So in both levels, if the IG does not respond, there are many ways that the court has given, and we also have mechanisms to deal with him. But on the second limb, if the CS is adamant and recalcitrant that he will not pursue the arrest of the IG, then we will invoke our own internal mechanisms as well as external mechanisms to enforce them.
Now that you say that the president is
and the court has addressed that issue since the best way to arrest a citizen is through the National Police Service. But the National Police Service is one that traditionally embraces what we call command responsibility. I am very sure that no police officer, especially he is the most senior police officer, I do not think any junior police officer, including his deputies, will be willing to enforce this because of the strategic quagmire that would ensue thereafter. But we will still pursue other mechanisms of having him arrested or having him their responsibility for the office that he holds. That office is very crucial. That office is the subject of constitutional ethics. He must adhere by all chapters that touch on public officers and state officers. So if in the alternative all these don't work, there are still other mechanisms to pursue. You know, Waswahili wanasema siku ya nyani kufa mti yote uteleze. Yeah. So we are at the moment where miti now uteleze. Yeah.
I want to I am Francis Awino, the current Bunge la Mwananchi President, and today I'm very happy because of what has happened today in court. I want to remind the public that we already have a petition in Arusha regarding what is happening right now. And the reason why we had to go to Arusha, it is because we felt like the people who are demonstrating way back won't find justice here in Kenya. And as we feel like now justice has started prevailing, we still feel like the justice we went to find in Arusha, we will still find it. So there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and we have started seeing a light. I've heard my members of Fourth Estate asking that we have seen members of public not respecting the court. We want to remind you that Article 1 of the Constitution says that the sovereignty belongs to the people of this nation. Within that 7 days, if nothing will have happened, we shall mobilize Kenyans and we shall do citizen arrest. We shall make sure that we find the Inspector General or whoever he will be, and make sure that we take him to industrial area prison. It is just a walk. Whenever we shall find him, we shall make sure that justice is found. And I want to remind you guys that Mr. Bob Jagi is my personal friend. And when we were in Tanzania, that's when we heard that Bob Jagi is missing. So it is a struggle of all Kenyans, and that's why we are saying we are ready to do anything that we can do right now, so that we won't sit down and people start asking what we could have done when we had a chance to. So it is the right time to do what is necessary right now. Thank you very much, and God bless you.